Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality, and today I wanted to show you a flip through of one of my Barbie journals that I've made. If you haven't seen my previous videos on how to make a little golden book junk journal, I did that Barbie style, and the process videos I was showing my pink book, and it is Barbie Swan Lake, and this is it here. I will have a flip through of that one as well, so if you haven't seen that one, go over and check that one out. Both of these will be in my Etsy shop, and I'll have all the details there, but they are both made from Little Golden books. This one is Barbie as an airline stewardess, and this one is a more vintage book. They're both vintage, but this one, I can't remember the date on it, but on the front I have some rickrack. I use this really cute gingham with dot fabric on the spine, and then on the back I used a blue and red with hearts for the back cover. And then I made a tassel. I added Barbie shoe and a purse on there. It kind of looks like a little piece of luggage, I think. And then just have some ribbons and twine tassel. They each have 3 altered paper clips, and then they also include, and I'll show you that here in a bit, but they also each include a Barbie paper doll that was from a vintage paper doll set. Alright, this one has ties that are glued on the inside, red, white, and blue fabric. It goes along with the cover. So we open it up here, and there's a pocket on this side with some vintage playing card money or game money, and a ticket. Here I altered a paint chip card, added Barbie here with some rickrack and ribbon, and covered the back with some dyed paper, and that's just there in that little tuck spot. I did a ruffle on the side. So on this book, I did some sewing throughout the whole thing. And then in the other book, I wanted to show you in my process that you can make a journal without sewing. And so there's a little bit of sewing in there because I sewed some ribbon or sewed some fabric to make ruffles in there. But for the most part, it's mainly just gluing. Okay, so we'll turn the page. This page is a pocket page, so I just stuck some of my dyed paper in there, but you can put whatever. I included all of the book pages from the book. Here is a vintage milk cap, stained paper. I had some Barbie stickers, so that's what's there. A napkin, vintage composition or writing paper, manuscript paper, a polka dot lunch sack, some blue striped paper, polka dot paper there. This is a vintage playing card, round one, and some money. This is just a vintage rickrack cover with some cash there. Some more manuscript paper, lined paper, and then another one of the book pages. I sewed some pom-pom trim on the side. Some more dyed paper. On this side I stamped a little flower. This is a Barbie coloring book page. Another one of the book pages. I sewed some rickrack on this yellow lined paper. This is a fun envelope or like a fold out page that I had in my stash. So I just sewed the side of it in there so you can open it, put stuff in there. I had a high heel stamp, so I stamped that over there. Tied some ribbon on this notebook paper. And then on the lunch sack I cut out a Barbie friend there. Here's the other side of that napkin. I sewed some fun crocheted lace on the side of that page. Here is a Barbie page again. Here's the other side of the scrapbook paper that has the pocket, so you can put stuff in there. I just put some of that trim up there. Here's another little tuck spot, and here is a belly band. Guess we can put her in there. Here's the Barbie paper doll. I just clipped it together because I included two outfits that match the colorway of the book, and this is a Barbie friend. Her name is Dana. So this was a Barbie, I think it was a Barbie Rockers. If you remember that. I think it was a cartoon. I don't think I watched it, but so I'm going to stick that in there. She's a little bit big for this, but I wanted to leave it as is for whoever bought the book, and they could cut it off or whatever to include it in the book. But that's the full paper doll. And then on this side, there's another pocket. I added some vintage labels in there. On here, I sewed some heart lace. This is a Barbie workbook page that I included. Sewed some flowers on the side. Another napkin. This is a vintage playing card. Monopoly title card and some tickets. And then this is a little CD sleeve that I just sewed the pocket or the flap onto the other side, so you can open up and stick some fun things in there. And then here's another lunch sack, and I put a picture of Barbie there. Some lace sewn there. Here's another Barbie coloring book page. These are 3 signature books. I don't remember if I said that. And I stamped a little flower down there. Here is a couple pockets that I used with scraps of paper. I just stuck some blue note cards in there. Just kind of stick outside. Here's the other side. I made a tag with that. Made another ruffle with the fabric. I do have a video of this showing how I sew in my junk journal, so that will be coming out soon. And I used this book as reference and showed you what I do when I sew. Here's another pocket page, and so I stuck a red and blue vintage bingo card in there. There's another belly band. On here I put this vintage calendar page with some cash. I sewed pom-pom trim on the side. This is a guest check, and then this is just something I found in my ephemera from my scrapbooking days. It is a frame. You can poke it out and have a journaling card, and then have a frame you can put on a page with a picture or something like that. Here is a vintage Barbie Rockers. It's that the paint book that I think they still make it. They had them when I was a kid. Of course, this is from probably when I was a kid. But it has the color on there, and you just take a wet paintbrush and paint it, and it paints the colors. Another Barbie there. This was from like an activity book. I just cut the pages out. And then here is the star of our show here, Barbie as a stewardess. Another lunch sack. So when I add the lunch sacks in here, the other side, obviously where the opening of the bag is, you can stick things in, but then on this side, it's up to whoever purchases this. They can seal this here and here and make a little side tuck and decorate this. I decorated some of them, but you can also glue this down, cut this off the top and make that a pocket out the top. So there's just various ways you can use that. Or if you wanted to, you could go over here and glue or sew this down and make this a belly band on that page. It's just, you know, endless ways. Okay, here is a piece of fabric that I sewed to make a pocket, and then I added a $500. See, I'm giving away money on this channel. Okay, and then I have this while you were out message pad in there. Not really. Giving away money. Okay, this is a trace or like a carbon paper. I have a set of vintage, I think it's used for sewing to trace patterns, but there's all different colors. So that's what this was from. And then here's a red envelope that I just folded in half. So there's a little pocket with a vintage playing card and an inventory tag. So that's stuck in there. And then I stamped a high heel on. And there's a flower. I stuck, this is a really cute little heart paper clip at the top, and I just stuck a couple playing cards up there. And then there's a vintage transparency up there. Not transparency, but you know what that is. I can't remember. And that's my brain doing brain fart. Okay, there is another vintage bingo card. And then this is some vintage embroidered ribbon. The other side of that envelope, I just put a tag in there. The playing card. This is the other side of the tracing paper or carbon paper. I had a scrap of this paper, so I made a little envelope and I glued it down and just put a tie behind it so you can open it up and stick some things in there and then tie it back up. I always try and use my scraps when I'm doing a project. Just find different ways. I added a tab on the side. Here's the other end of the lunch sack, and so I put a little image from an activity book on there. This was actually one of those magic coloring thing. You colored it with a magic marker that was clear, and it showed the colors. And here are the last few pages. Another activity book page. It's the other side of that painting page. Another little pocket there. A to-do list, vintage to-do list card there. And then here is the other side of the book. Oh, let me get, okay, just a minute. All right, I forgot I had this. I cut out Barbie head on my Cricut, and so I have this pocket I'm going to put in the back. I always like to have some sort of pocket in the cover. So I'm going to glue this down in here. And then I made an extra head that can be used for decoration, and I made 2 of these Barbie logo cards. So I will stick these in the book let's see, probably should wait till that dries, but these will be in here. I'm gonna stick, let's see, I know there was an empty spot in here that didn't have anything early on. Let's see, right here. Okay, so this one will go in that spot, and then oh, if there was another empty pocket somewhere that I can put this. I'll just stick her in the front with, that'll just go there. All right, so when this dries, this will go in there, but I'm going to stick it in here for now. So that is that journal, and there's the back. So I really love how this turned out. Hopefully you do too. And I was going to check the date. Oh, I just messed that up. Dang it. Well, it'll be okay. I just have to be careful when I close the book. So this is from 1974, this book, Little Golden book. Okay, there's that one. And if you want to see my pink book, that will be linked down below. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Leave me a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality. Bye. God bless.